Hello, I'm Cassidy, and this is Lucille, and our presentation is on accessibility and the digital divide. Accessibility in technological education is an important issue today. It impacts students, educators, and families, and has various consequences associated with it. The consequences range from a student's ability to do homework assignments to their future in education.
The digital divide is defined as the growing gap between the underprivileged members of society who do not have access to computers or the internet and the wealthy middle-class Americans living in suburban areas who do have access. Those who fall on the lower end of the socioeconomic spectrum are more vulnerable. This includes students living in rural, poor, and urban areas.
When looking at America, we see that 82.5% of households with school-age children have access to high-speed internet at home. This means that 17.5% of students don't have internet at home.
Various factors contribute to the digital divide and which side a student falls on. The various factors include household income, race, and the level of education that members of their families have obtained. In other words, a person's socioeconomic status has an impact on their access to technology. This has a major impact on a student's educational experience.
Not having proper resources at home can be very detrimental for students because they do not have access to their homework or necessary online resources if they are not able to access technology. The term that has been coined to describe a student whose lack of access to technology causes him or her to not be able to complete homework at home is called the homework gap.
The homework gap leads to the incompletion of schoolwork, failing grades, and a student falling behind on their schoolwork. The students who are negatively affected by the homework gap are hindered in their chances of going to college, thus showing that not having proper access to technology to successfully complete coursework is more detrimental than previously thought.
For technology to be utilized by a student to do their homework, there must be internet at home. For students that fall on the lower end of the digital divide, internet access is a key factor in determining their academic success. One solution is to provide low-cost or free internet in the home. This would allow students to have internet to keep up with their classmates on coursework.
But at the core of the issue of the digital divide is students not having access to technology at home. One solution is providing students with technology that they can take home and use to do coursework.
One example of this solution is Sunnyside Unified School District, which was referred to by many as a dropout factory. The superintendent instituted a program that granted a netbook and a laptop for every student to take home to use as an educational resource in their home, along with the option of low-cost internet. This program brought up the graduation rate from 71% to 82%. While the technology itself isn't the cause of the increase in graduating students, it is a main contributor to their academic success.
In closing, the digital divide is the lack of access to technology that lower socioeconomic students have in comparison to higher socioeconomic students and the consequences that impact a student's educational success. The main factor that impacts which side of the digital divide a student falls on is their socioeconomic status. The digital divide has negative implications on students. It can lead to the homework gap, which can also lead to the student not attending college. The two primary solutions of the digital divide are to provide more technology for students to use in the home and to obtain internet.
As a future educator, it is important to understand what causes the digital divide. Teachers and other public educators need to promote positive uses of technology and have a wide general knowledge base of how to apply these technological practices. Understanding the digital divide provides educators with the proper tools to combat it and ensure that every student will succeed. Thank you.